Welcome to the main event. I be your host, Unhinged, Main Event Pro. And this is the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. You're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and feel free. It'll be much appreciated and most honored if you share this live stream. With no further ado, we're about to talk about Raw and what happened in NXT. I'm going to hit y'all with the intro so we can dive right into it.
Welcome to
Dom, I think I know what you were trying to do. Welcome to
the main event. The most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. Welcome to the main event, people. The most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. I be your host, Main Event Pro. And Raw kicks off with no other than Sexy Red stinking walking ass. Yeah, she kicks off the show We get Seth Rollins coming. Well, we got CM Punk comes out and talk about his battle. We're not gonna see him for a minute, you know. He's gonna be out for a minute. Hassan, salute, appreciate you coming through, brother. And then Seth Rollins interrupts CM Punk. Then Jey Uso interrupts Seth Rollins, and they have a quick stare down. Then we get W Wood versus Jey Uso, which was a quick ass match. A quick match. Jey Uso wins. Was Monday Night Raw too short? Was it too short for all the talent they got on the roster? Rhea Ripley got a video promo. Then we got, I don't know why I put Butch down here. I got Butch versus Sheamus. But we got Pete Dunne versus Sheamus, right? And they get a good match. They get a good hard-hitting match. You know, it's something like a bar fight, right? So it's a good match. Sheamus picks up the win while his arms tied up. The Miz and Kevin Cross were talking backstage, and then we get the Wyatt Six popping up saying, there you are. Everybody's speculating. Who is the Wyatt Six talking about? Is they talking about Kevin Cross? Is the Wyatt Six talking about the Miz? Who is the Wyatt Six really talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering too, like, we just had the Miz turn on R-Truth. Then we got Kevin Cross and his faction being demonic, you know, being an evil spirit that's breaking people apart, causing all this conflicts and confusion. So I'm wondering, could the Wyatt Six aim for Kevin Cross and the Miz? The Wyatt Six got 4 guys. Kevin Cross and his goonies is 3. Plus the Miz will make 4. And this will be a good match for Survivor Series if they want to have like a tag team elimination match, right? But more on that later. We got Cody talking to Sami Zayn backstage, saying he just want to watch the match. Raquel Living Dirty Dawn pulls up and pulls off. Then we get Adam Pearce talking with Ava Rain and Sexy Red, and Ethan Page pulls up. Then we get the Perfusion Collective and the Unholy Union teaming up against Natalya, the Party Girls, and Zelina Vega, which Natalya team wins. So Natalya shows back up with her puppies. And only thing, I didn't get to see the puppies long enough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to see the puppies long enough. So was Raw too goddamn short? Because I got everything like on one fucking page. I decided to go to the other page because I thought it was going to be more, but no, we just get Gunther versus Sami Zayn, right? Sami Zayn put up a good match against Gunther, but he did not survive. He failed. Then Gunther picks up the win. Then we get the Gunther and Cody Rhodes stare down, getting ready for Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel. I did not like this. I did not. I'm used to Raw going 3 hours, and the way they mesh, the way they put everything into one bundle did not excite me at all. Like, if you turn your head for a second, for 3 seconds, you turn your head and look back at the TV screen, something else was going on, and you lost in the sauce. Shit was happening like this. Shit was going too fast. Shit was just going all out of place. I did not like Raw. I don't like this 2-hour bullshit. It's not structured right. It's too many talent on Raw for them to go 2 hours. They need to move it back up to 3 before this year is over with. I'm going to have a fucking unhinged headache, an unhinged explosion, an unhinged fatal on my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? So no, we don't need no 2 hours for Raw with too many people on there to showcase. Y'all see the thumbnail. Can I get a little bit more of them hours? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Can I get a little bit more of those hours? God damn it. Shit. Oh man. The weight on the content creator's shoulders for this 2 hour bullshit. NXT. Trick Williams kicks off the show. Wesley pulls up to challenge Trick Williams, which we find out later on is going to be a triple threat next week. It's going to be Wesley versus Ethan Page versus what's your boy name? Javon Evans. So it's going to be a triple threat for #1 contendership against the title. We find it out later on. Then Jay Uso pulled up, and we get the whoop that trick yeet, whoop that trick yeet, whoop that trick yeet, whoop that trick yeet, whoop that trick yeet. Yeah, whatever Trick Williams were doing. But y'all know what time it is. We got somebody at the front arena. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go!
Walk that nigga down. Walk that nigga down.
Yeah, I might not ever get tired of that.
We got to hype it up. We got to hype it up when you come through the door. We got to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, anything better than whoop that trick, yeet, whoop. We gotta walk a nigga down in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You see.
Oh man, Wiley man. Before I continue, man, how's it going out that way?
Yeah, no, I'm good over here, man. It's pretty much like on the other side of Florida that's really hit. I think it's like on. It's pretty much the west coast of Florida, and then it's like hitting to the central. So you already know, like damn, I almost got no. You know, like with Freezy, you know, his side of the area, I think. So I know he said that, you know, pray for him on the storm. So it's like over there on their end, I think maybe, but it's like, yeah, it's like hitting central Florida and then it's coming across. So yeah, that's where it's hitting at.
Okay.
That's the only thing I get over here is probably like it barely even rain here. It's like it rain here and there, and then it's like it was just cloudy outside. So the weather is great. I appreciate the weather.
You got high winds though, huh?
Yeah, decent high winds, yeah. But you know, everything else is mellow. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Good to hear that, man. Just waiting on Freezy to give us an update because he gave us an update about 2 hours ago. Said that the storm was calming down, but I'm pretty sure he's probably in the eye of the storm. Right. And it calms down at the eye, and then at the end they say usually be worse than the beginning. So
yeah, so we'll see about it. You know, I just hope it ain't too bad as it enters in. But I know it was on a 5. I think it said as it entered, like in the on the land, I think it was gonna hit maybe a 4 at best. But
right.
You know, so yeah. But hearing some damage that thing is already doing. I already seen a little bit of it because my homeboy, he sent me a pic of what was going on in Tampa, and boy, they set up a barrier around the hotel, and the water that is amongst the barrier, I'm like, sheesh. Yeah, someone could swim in that bitch.
Bro, I'm telling you, and then what make it bad is people is stuck on the interstate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They were trying to evacuate too late, and they're stuck on the highways and the interstates, like it's flooded with water.
Yeah, you know, and that's somewhat some of the most baddest things about living in Florida is like hurricanes heavy, and you didn't have no updated head plans to leave and get the freak out of Dodge. Is like, yeah, you pretty much fucked.
Gotta tough it out.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, that's pretty.
That's what it sucks. That's why I be like, man, I be thinking to myself like, shit, we need to invest in something like some storage type areas, something. Because usually when these hurricanes be coming through, you be like, so what am I gonna do with all my clothes and stuff? Because boy, when this rain comes, when this storm comes, I expect everything, man. I expect everything, especially if you on that southern side of the region. of Florida,
Right.
I bet you to get dumped in water.
Yeah, I seen a few clips, man. I seen a tree fall on the house. I seen water just covering up areas, taking cars down and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. Pretty special where it come in at, like right off the coast. Yeah, that's they got it bad. Man.
Yeah, but
Let's pray for everybody, man. Let's pray for everybody. Hope everybody be safe.
these storms be there. They getting tougher by the times, man. For real.
Yeah.
That's why I be like, man, look, hey, I just say it like this, man. Y'all be easy out there every damn day now. Y'all don't be doing nothing crazy now. Cause I look at it like this. If a storm on the easy end, the storm's on the easy end. That means pretty much throughout this year, no one did nothing stupid. This hurricanes, you got 2 hurricanes hit. This thing was heavy and ugly.
Right.
I even heard a video my brother was looking at, and they didn't report this, but I think that same hurricane that's going right now through Florida, it actually hit around Mexico. That I don't know if it's the same one, but that one, the water levels over there in Mexico was even worse. It pretty much overtook a house. I'm like, oh hell, or something. Like, the way I was just hearing the video when I was in the background, I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
That's wild.
So,
jeez.
Yeah.
Woo. That's
for everyone out there, man, much prayers to you. I hope y'all survived through it all. I hope y'all had some type of backup condition and everything else.
Right.
And if you got an electrical vehicle, you lost your money. I just gotta say that. You lost your money.
Yeah, they don't do good in bad weather.
Yeah, that right there, that you may as well say you screwed yourself over with that one.
That's why I say electric vehicles won't take over no time soon. Just due to stuff like that.
Yep. Because the only way you're gonna be able to do that, you may as well start making domes then, just to block out the weather.
I seen a dude scrap his whole house down.
Shit.
Damn, that motherfucker had shit. The whole them little truck thing that scrap shit down on diesels. He had those scrapped all the way from the front yard to the backyard, so his roof won't come off.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Shit.
I was like, damn, I ain't think about that shit.
That's the type of precautions you may have to take, because if you, I say it like this: if you know your area, you know what it's liable to do, then you may as well take those precautions, because it may just do that.
Right,
Especially if you got this much of a storm, you may as well.
Not only that, but the alligators. So
yeah, that's another piece of work right there.
They're gonna be all in the city.
Yep. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how the storage area is gonna be. I mean, if people are smart enough to invest in the storage area to say, hey, let me put my stuff in the storage room or some shit, and be like, hey, put it there. I hope they protect the storage area from getting damaged.
Right.
That's probably your best last resort. After that, you could maybe expect everything to get washed and damp.
Man, that shit terrible, bro. We're gonna see the outcome. It should be about passing through to the end of it.
Yeah, it should be around here by now, or at least working its way out.
Right. Yes, sir. Let's dive back into some wrestling real quick. We was on NXT. Kalani, she comes out with Jade and Bianca versus the Fatal Influence, and I didn't like this shit. Like,
what's going on? Sorry about that.
Y'all can say, why would they? What's up, Hova? 1, 2, 3. Appreciate you coming through. again back in this motherfucker. So they got Jade and Bianca teaming up with Kalani versus the Fatal Influence. The Fatal Influence, who is they trying to bring up as a dominant trio, but to allow them to lose only for Metaphor to get the title shots. I was expecting them to get the win, Fatal Influence to get the win, and challenge Jade and Bianca for the titles. Don't get me wrong. I like that the Metaphor got their chances at the titles. I hope they win it. I really do hope they bring the women's tag titles back to NXT. But I didn't like the Fatal Influence taking a fall behind all this stuff, man. I didn't like it. But I take it for what it is. What you were about to say, Wiley?
Well, no, I was just saying it was good to hold, but that's it. But as far as what you was talking about, though, you know, it was very funny because right before not even right before, but hours before you started this live, because I was going through Facebook real quick. I was gonna go check up on a game that I was playing, right? And right before I went to that game, I was looking at some posts, and lo and behold, what post do I see? You know, people been, constantly questioning Triple H about why you keep doing the black wrestlers wrong, why you keep doing the black wrestlers dirty, and everything else. And then lo and behold, but what happened and transpired, right? They showed you, Trick Williams with the Uso, with Jey Uso, and they also showed you with Wes Lee, black, quote unquote, black, athletes, right? Oh, they got you, Bianca and Jay Cargill, and your woman's North American champion, right? Black athletes, right? And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, y'all do know NXT is run by Shawn Michaels, right?
Right.
And even if Triple H had a hand in it, one way or another, it's NXT, people, not the main roster. No, don't give a rat's ass about that ish. Not saying that NXT ain't good, but I'm saying don't confuse the main roster with NXT. Let's get that cleared up. Don't confuse the main roster with NXT. Now, granted, again, as we know, as one of our guests on here has said, usually when there's one particular dominant black athlete, there's usually just one as far as neither men or women, right?
Right.
And gradually, when you look at it across the board, that's true. Because NXT, let's look at it. I mean, Trick, right? Magically 1 week before, got back the title. Look what happened this week. I ain't gonna say what happened, but look what happened yesterday. I ain't gonna say it. I know you're gonna say it, but look what happened yesterday. Look at that shit. Look at that boy. Boy, that thing pissed me off to know that happened. That pissed me off.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
but I ain't gonna say
we right around the corner from that. So
right. But but as far as this goes right here, though, did I like the fact that the Fatal Influence lost to Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Kalani Jordan? Honestly, I say it like this. How much times do you expect Bianca and Jay to be there doing that every week, though? Not much. I don't take this as a negative, because if Bianca and Jade ain't there every week, then who's going to really stop them from doing what they do? Nobody.
Well, yeah.
So the fact that it took them to come down, partner up with Kalani Jordan to just do that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's something big better come behind this.
Right. So I mean, I don't take this slightly in any sense of the way. So yeah. But my thing is, I will say though, just like what you said, right? I do want to see what happens further down the road, but I don't think so. This is like a heavy detriment. I think this is just like a small setback as far as saying, hey, you know what? This is how far your cap of dominance really hits. Like, if you ever face this, this is how far you go over. But other than that, you still the top dogs. Because after that, it's like, take them two away. Well, you're still running the ship, right? Because everybody else either having some type of feelings about the other person that they teaming with, or neither, you know, the discombobulation is one way or another, because everyone's not really a tag team and they don't work fluently other than just for a cause of just beating them. So it's like, okay.
Right. I get that. That's understandable. Perfect way to put it. So the fate of influence should be still on top.
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, there ain't no one else that has a more, you know, trio tag team right now. So other than them, so
right. And then our girls get the shots at the title in a way. Metaphor. I hope they win it.
Yeah, they should have won it last time, in my honest opinion. But y'all know how that plays out.
I just don't think they're gonna win it because it's scrapped on them too. And they don't want them to lose in a fair match. And I mean, you know, you can have fatal influence cost them the titles or something. But
yeah, I mean, because what, this is happening on SmackDown, right? They're doing this on SmackDown, correct? Yeah. So honestly, it's one of those. I look at it as, if, you know, when they go there, it's more of like a test. Like, they're gonna go up there, it's gonna be a test. They're gonna fill the main roster crowd. They're gonna see how it works. They're gonna see how the attraction works, if they are quote unquote viable. Because we all know, like, just because you're in NXT, just because you don't touch the top, that doesn't mean you don't go up to the main roster. It just means, like, hey, you might be up there, you might be sent up there because you might be needed up there sooner than later. They're just trying to see where the crowd at, right, with them. So it's like, push come to shove, if everything works out, we might see them come to the main roster sooner than later. Because think about it, like, especially since they're doing it on SmackDown. I mean, right now SmackDown definitely does need a little bit of caricature as far as some turnaround. Now, granted, you know, Nia's doing enough heel for the heels to go around, because let's be honest, right now she ain't losing that title no time soon yet, quote unquote.
Right.
But, you know, but as far as just looking at across the board, I think the reason why they're putting them up there is too, you got to think about this too in the long stretch. I think it's more so because they're constantly trying to, I think in a way they're trying to do this whole branch out. Like, I think they may branch out the females away from the other guys, and they may stretch them out on their own, which then comes into this whole, like, this new female group being formed down the stretch. You mean, I'm just guessing. So
right.
But that's how I'm looking at it.
Now, as much as I've been seeing this post go around through when Jade was in, she was in AEW at the time. As much as I've been seeing that post go around, the first post, I thought, damn, what's the girl with Metaphor? I can't think of her name right now.
You're talking about
Nash. Okay. I thought Lash Legend was Jade Cargill. I thought Jade Cargill was Lash Legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we had that going around at first. Then we had the what if Jade Cargill versus Lash Legend. Now, we getting that in a tag match. When these two get in the ring and go face, you know, they have the face off before they get to swinging at each other. You know, you get the tag, you get the tags. These two step in the ring. They both talk their shit while they walking into each other's face. The pop better be loud. I want to know how people gonna respond to it myself.
No, because I think that it will pop, because I mean, honestly, I believe, like, right now, like, as far as we talking about one of the females, like, I remember looking at this too on Facebook, right? They did some someone had did some fantasy booking, like, if they were able to fantasy book the main roster, who should be champions of each roster, like I remembered, if I'm not mistaken, like just that idea alone, right? Just that idea alone. Just think about fantasy booking the rosters, right? For the repetitive champions. If it's me, like if I had to move on from Roxanne Perez, right? Or just women tag titles altogether, however you want to look at it. Like, or just North American. I can see Lash Legend being one of those champions right now. Like right now, she's one of those characters that I can put right now, straight up.
Right. She came a long way. I watched her develop on what's the NXT show they got? It's like 1 hour long, 3 matches.
You're talking about what? NXT Level Up or something?
Yeah. Okay, Level Up. I watched Lash Legend develop and level up. I was watching it for a minute. I got to start back watching it to see who all knew that got on there. And I watched her come a long way. So yeah, I can see her holding the title. Most definitely, if they push her that way. So the next scene, Roxanne comes out. She calls out Cora Jade. They reunited, and it feels so good. Yeah, so they reunited. And then Julia comes out with her frenemy, Stephanie Bakr. And they beat up Roxanne and Cora Jade, and Julia and Stephanie holds the women's NXT title in hand together. Also, there was another video package with Delta. Now, this is putting Roxanne in a motherfucking pickle jar. This is putting her weight in the pickle jar, but I can see this. And Wiley said it in the last video. Cora Jade be the one to take that thing off of Roxanne. But before we get there, we got to do some long-term storytelling. And I can see Cora Jade actually taking that thing off her. Maybe not in a one-on-one. Maybe it's a fatal 5-way. Maybe it's a fatal 4-way. Maybe it's a triple threat. Because they done inserted the 2 women and they planning on inserting another major woman from another company into the mix. Unless they push Delta toward Kalani. Unless they do that, but I just can't see them doing that. I think they want to throw Delta in this picture. Oh man, so that's a lot to break down. That's a lot to take in. I can't even fantasy book it right now. But any take on that, Wiley?
Right. So I did heard about, Delta. I think they did say, there was that package where her symbol or something like that was being shown, give or take.
Oh, they had her running through some people through the highway.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I didn't see that part. I just, like I said, I just heard it. But yeah, it's all interesting. I did see when with the new females came in and definitely had hold the titles and beat up both Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. So it's very interesting. So starting off with the friendship from Cora's perspective, I could understand it because at the time, right, when Cora betrayed Roxanne, it was pretty much because Roxanne keep living this, goody two shoes lifestyle, right? And Cora saw, what it is for what it is and said, screw this. I'm gonna take this in my own hands. And now that Roxanne has finally seen the light the same way as Cora has, they can coexist with each other. So from that perspective, I was like, okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable, right? That's reasonable for them to have that friendship again. Because it's like now we're seeing eye to eye. We're seeing the same thing. But just as it is good to see things eye to eye, doesn't mean you do not eye that title. Because last time I checked, if I'm not mistaken, I think didn't Cora had it before she got injured, or did she lose then she got injured?
Cora never had it.
She never. Oh, I thought she did.
She was tagged. She had the tag titles with Roxanne.
Yeah, I know she had the tag title. I thought she ended up getting the title. Okay, never mind.
Not that I can recall.
I'm gonna check, but I thought she did though. I thought she did though, but nonetheless, if she didn't, that's cool, whatever. But I think even then, in her road of trying to get the title, she would want it. So time will tell. Oh shit! Yep, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Cause Cora ended up getting injured get her chance, and Roxanne ended up taking her spot.
Right. Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. So yeah, real quick, because I just noticed this, but so just gonna throw this in there. But we got two particular people. They made it on the roster of this. Yeah, they made it on the roster on one of these websites that have the WWE roster. So yeah, just expect them to come soon. Oh, never mind. Make that 3 people because I see Delta now.
Who are those people?
Well, Delta is one of them. I see her picture right now on this website, and of course the other 2 are both. You already know, Motor City Machine Gun. You know, Alex Shelley and his partner. So, and right now, thanks because of Sir. Ooh, okay, yep. Haku is on there as well. Yep, Haku's locked in. Oh shit. Oh shit! Yep. So okay, so it's anonymous. It's anonymous. So we already know how this is going because it's already been said about the Motor City Machine Guns. They're taking SmackDown. So because of AEW smart ass contract that locked in fucking Phoenix to stay in AEW because of his injury clause, which allows him to sit his butt right there. So yeah, but now that's a little bit of a damper. But yeah, so it's coming to be full circle, and it's coming at the right damn time. I love it. I love it. But nonetheless, but yeah, hold on. Let me go look at this because I need to go see because I thought she had that title at the time. I want to go look at her history. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, gratefully I'm wrong. Let me see. Okay, yeah. She only had the tag team titles. Okay.
Right, yeah, cause I figured that because she got injured. She was next up, but she got injured. That would make them Roxanne had to step up.
Right. So in that form, so even better. You got injured. You lost your opportunity. And who takes your opportunity? The one that you call your ex-best friend. And she grabs your opportunity. She takes the title. She makes a name for herself, only for her to lose it and see reality for what it is. Then she sees it your way. The only thing is, let's be honest. Will you see your own way, or will you eventually realize you wanted it just as bad as she did, and you still want it just as bad as she does, and you want your opportunity too? That's why, for me, I still believe somewhere in the midst of this, for now, she is slithering in on the cool end, buying her time with all of this. And when it's all said and done, Jade will capitalize on that opportunity and take that time. I do believe that's coming. Now, granted, like I said, I don't know if she will obtain the title, but she would definitely try to grasp it. So,
right. I believe she gonna. I mean, they skipped her, so I mean they've been doing this. I owe you shit, so I owe you a title run for 2 weeks. So they've been doing.
Yeah, but that I owe you don't mean nothing to me. Like it's neither you it or you ain't, and that's my thing. See, this is why I call quote unquote bad time, and that's why I said what I said the other time about damn, I gotta see her name, but Miss the one that Roxanne faced last time.
Julia or Lyra?
Yeah, Julia. So my thing is that's why I was like, if she faced Julia, I would not want her to lose, because at that point, you're telling me she's only losing because now the story has flipped. And granted, load and bold, the story has flipped in a sense. Yep. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, this is bad. Like, it's good timing in a sense in their pockets, but it's also bad timing because it's like, well, shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, but going back to like even what we had said, like what we talked about before, like I know certain people, I don't know if it was just you or neither somebody else, if someone else was on here, but going back to that comment, look, at this point, I'm now saying it's worth the rush now for Julia to be champion now. Now, no, because now the script has changed. The element of surprise has changed. Everything has now flipped. And because of that, I mean, we got to start looking at it differently now. The game ain't the same. There's a whole new piece of players, and the plays are being played differently. Now, granted, it played out the way I thought it was initially, because Julia was going to get her match straight up until Jade came through. And it's like, oh, nope, we're flipping the script. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I thought for a moment that was the other chick, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not her, that is Jade. I'm like, ain't that something?
Right. Now that fucked me up. She took the hood off. I was like, oh shit.
When I thought, I was like, okay, interesting. I mean, a part of me wasn't expecting this, but then at the same time, I was expecting this. So I was like, cool, no problem.
That's what.
That was just interesting for me. That was very interesting. But
now it's time to sit back, pop some popcorn, and see where they're taking this story. Pop a lot of popcorn because it's long storytelling.
Yeah, well, I hope this storytelling gets somewhere. But
let's keep it interesting. That's all I can say. Let's keep it interesting.
Well, it looks like it's about to get interesting. It's about to get interesting because with all these right now, let's be honest, the women division in NXT is about to reach a whole nother height of drama.
Right.
It's about to reach a whole nother height of drama. The moment Delta makes a for sure stance, it's like, all right, everyone in this bitch about to go cuckoo on 10 because it's a wrap.
Then the thing at that is between all four women, nobody can trust each other. So
sure.
And that's another thing. Like, ain't none of y'all really just friends. All y'all, your partners are frenemies. So
yeah, but at least for sure though, one friend enemy is one. I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying. The twists and turns of this can be very wild. That's what I'm saying. The future of the NXT women's division is going to be very interesting. But as they constantly keep pushing this only tells me now more than ever that those women titles, the women's United States and those women Intercontinental, that has to come sooner than later.
It's got to come into play. It's got to.
Because now you over here doing this now. Like you sign all these big hitters and ish. Eventually, you're gonna send some of these females up to the main roster now.
Now let's see. I want to see what they do with Rhea Sinclair when she challenged Stephanie next week, right? Let's see how well she does in this match, because it looked like they trying to not boost her up like to the high status, but like, okay, we got eyes on you type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Stephanie. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Stephanie Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So Ren Sinclair gonna take her on next week. And the way they've been pushing Ren is like, okay, we're not gonna push you in a title picture, but we got our eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? She one of those.
Right.
So let's see.
It's gonna be interesting.
I mean, they got to start elevating some of the other women. And with these top names in their company, the other women got to step their game up. So it's giving them like
because pretty much these ladies just jumped in front of the line like ASAP.
Right. quickly.
So that tells you the talent pool, you gotta kick it up a notch. If you getting injured, you better mend those injuries, because Lord have mercy. Exactly. When it gets took, you get set in the back burner. That's why you see like So Ruka, she's over here getting a good amount of time in NXT, getting a good amount of time in TNA.
Oh yeah. They made use of her. You know what I'm saying? They made use of her with teaming up with another company.
Right, because this collaboration deals, they're doing good. These collaboration deals, because they over there giving y'all time somewhere else.
But say it's helping the women.
I mean, yeah, it is helping the women overall. But that's my thing, is like, it's helping your career because it's still keeping you in the limelight. But at the same time, it's also dampering it, because the more you spend time somewhere else, what are you like? You need to come back and spend some time in the main sea of things, because the more and more you spend time somewhere else, the more and more your spot is being taken over.
It's already took. Like,
I mean, no, it is already took. But my thing is, I'm saying the more you let it be that way, it's gonna keep overtook. Because my thing is, in a matter of moments, someone else can get big out of nowhere. And now, guess what? Someone else is facing Kalina Jordan. Someone else is facing, Roxanne Perez. Someone else is getting the tag team titles. So, some other ish.
And the other women,
there could be another new women's title in NXT.
Other women you never know. Not saying no time soon. They got their top people in the picture. So everybody else got to go after Kalani.
Most cases, everyone got to go after Kalani. But, right now with all these new titles or these new accolades that WWE is creating, it's like, okay, you know what?
Damn, they just bumped my girl So Ruka out the way. And she was on the high list for a second.
Keyword for a second. Sorry to say it like that, but yeah, keyword for a second.
Oh shit. Right. But enough for the women, you know what I'm saying, and they puppies. So we're gonna talk about the shit that pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? The shit
the top of the ram.
The shit that pisses me the fuck off when we got the Dunn versus Obafemi, and they get Obafemi the Brian Breaker fucking story. They get him. We did it with Brian Breaker because Brian Breaker is dominant. So we gonna do it with Obafemi because he's so dominant. We gonna get him the Brian Breaker story. Why?
Nah, this was worse than Brian Breaker. At least that ended with the finisher. This ended up with the roll-up.
Yeah, because what? He got overconfident. He got to feeling himself too much. He took his eye off the ball. He played the Dunn weak. He went outside to talk shit to his homeboy, took his eyes off the ball, and then he knocked old girl down, which gives the Dunn, the Hulkamania energy. He hooks up. He puts Obafemi down for a fucking roll-up after he hooks up. Didn't even hit a fucking finish move. What is we doing here?
I'm trying to tell you. Like literally, I remember I seen a short. I'm like, and knew what? I'm like, I hit that bit. I'm like, I see it. He must have hit Opa with something. Opa got up, he looked at him with the ferocity and like, I'm gonna end you. He picked him up, he was about to drop him, flip that turned into a whole nother thing. It turned into a roll-up. Now it turned into a roll-up of the pin. Then he rolls that up and he's over here scorching, pinning that man down. And then 1, 2, 3, I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
Right.
There ain't no goddamn way. I was like, no, ain't no way. Nope. I ain't gonna believe this.
Hell
no.
Bullshit.
That's
bullshit.
This man was broken. He literally walked out the ring like a biatch and left. And
he should have whooped everything. He should have snapped on all of them.
Is the one that wins? Man.
He should have snapped. Why did they make Obafemi snap at the end? It just take out everybody.
Everybody's ass in that ring. Everybody.
Come on, what are we doing? Huh? What are we doing?
That thing was that. Nah, man, that shit. That shit was just atrocious, man.
Boy, I tell you.
That shit was atrocious, man. I tell you. None of that shit. honestly, they ain't no way around it for me. It's like, if you tell me right now Oprah lost the title and Oprah ain't going back for that title, man, look, if he ain't going after that, if I don't see Oprah Femi come after that triple threat match, smash Trick, smash Wesley, smash Ethan Page, and smash these motherfuckers and hold that title right in his hand or in his mouth, I don't want to hear shit. It is. I don't hear not a damn thing. Screw y'all.
I love that. Now that would replenish my thoughts about this match.
Because that's the only way I see this. He neither gets a rematch, and if he gets a rematch, he probably gets screwed over again in some form of facets. Then he literally blows his mind. Amongst that rematch, that same night, that triple threat match happens, and he goes in there and smashes everybody and makes his claim. No, he's coming after that world title. Screw it.
Yes, sir.
Because goddamn it, he neither wins that North American title back, or he breaks some bones.
So tell Taquan that his predictions was off. Javon Evans, we did not get the David versus Goliath with Javon Evans versus Overfemi. We didn't get that. They give it to the Don for NXT.
The Don of NXT. That's.
But yet you're going after the North American Championship. Get the fuck out of here.
There ain't no way, dog. There ain't no way, bro.
So yeah, man, I ain't like that at all. A roll up? Nah, he should have had to hit him with 3 finishers to put this man down. Maybe I wouldn't have nothing to say. But a roll up? Come on.
Like,
man.
don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong, right? Like, we could all know, right? Like, when you that heel, granted, you can slip up, right? And then the moment someone catch you slipped up, they can get that big opportunity. But to see that, but just to look at it, how it was done, how it was operated, and then how he had to advance that roll up into a pin, then extend that to make sure he put weight on that pin so he don't kick out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You just got to.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment. Crazy ass moment. Wow. All right, I'm done ranting. We got Lola Vice talking to Ava Rain about Jada Parker. And then the other shake your ass comes back. Nikita Lyons return. And Ava sets up a match with Nikita Lyons versus Lola Vice. It's gonna be a lot of ass shaking next week, y'all. It's gonna be some Latino heat in that bitch and some PAWG, Paul, whatever you call this shit, fat ass white girl. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of that next week. So y'all get ready for it. I'm getting ready for it. You know, I got my binoculars on. Goddamn it, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Oh snap!
But anything on Nikita Lyons return?
I mean, I know one thing's for sure. They damn sure said that she came back, quote unquote, more sassier than ever.
Yeah, she did.
That's what they did said.
She worked more like a heel.
Yeah, look, all I can say for her is just make sure you don't break no legs. Don't get injured. That's the main thing I can say. Don't get injured because you may as well just be on the chopping block.
Right.
You the biggest one with the biggest potential, but then be the one be injured at the same time.
Right.
So that is the because honestly, I ain't gonna lie, like her character alone. Like, if she didn't have this much amount of injuries right now, she should literally be neither North American champion right now, or not North American, but just NXT Women's Champion or on the main roster. Period.
Right. Yep, with her potential, yes. With her injuries, that just held her back.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Mm.
To be honest, I won't be surprised if she start popping up in TNA.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah,
Damn.
she needs all the publicity she can get.
Yeah, pretty much. And
So,
I wouldn't like it if, well, we know Jada Parker gonna cost Lola Vice the match. That's what it's looking like, because I just can't see Lola Vice losing to a returning injured person. So, yeah. We're gonna see though. And then we get this bullshit with A-Town Down Under versus Nathan and Axiom, who picks up the win. And the only thing this was applied for was A-Town Down Under showing more kinks into the team. That's all this match. Before, I didn't really watch it. I was editing and shit. And I really didn't even watch it. You got anything to say about that match?
yeah, honestly, those two were just food for Axiom and Frazier, for them to just say, okay, this is like a good title offense for us to just gain. They were just food.
Right.
That's all there is. They're just feeding pieces. I mean, granted, yeah, you can add that to their, oh yeah, this team is gonna break up. I mean, I want y'all to think about this, right? The team is called A-Town Down Under. Who is A-Town? Austin Theory. And guess what? He is down under. That is the biggest joke of that team name, because he's literally down under, holding the weight of his tag team partner.
Mm.
And the weight of his own career going to a schmizzle. I mean, here's another key factor, because I know a lot of people want to talk about, how Triple H is doing all the black wrestlers. It's like, I mean, let's be honest, he's doing a lot of bad things to all the wrestlers, period. Like the black ones, the Latinos, the Asians, he's doing a lot of bad ones to all across the board. Like, let's keep that shit real. He's doing all things culturally bad to these wrestlers. Let's get that straightened up. But you want to talk about doing something bad? I mean, even when it comes to the quote unquote, the quote unquote Vince guys, like the Vince guys, they're all down bad. Literally, all the Vince wrestlers, they're all down bad. So the fact that Grayson Waller with Austin Theory is even in play is like, yeah, this is a product of that, because most cases than not, Austin Theory was quote unquote an Vince McMahon guy.
Right.
So, that could be just a mixture within the play. Granted, we'll see what happens. Now, granted, if they're going to break this up, eventually this will be something where it leads to. This hasn't climaxed yet, which honestly is becoming to be dry as hell. That is not climaxed yet, because there's reason for this to climax right now. And the fact that they're sticking them here only tells me, because I think the only reason they're still keeping them as a team, there's not enough quote unquote. Let me think about it. Let's see here. You got Cruz and Corbin. That's one good team. You got DIY. That's one good team. Good Brothers are on NXT mostly. Haven't been seen on SmackDown lately at all. So you may as well say they're just NXT. So don't count them. You got Angel and Barto, which is the Los Goros, which is which is a heel team. But they're not getting no love at all in the tag team division. You got Pretty Deadly, which they're just staples to freaking Naya's reign right now. You got the Street Profits. You got Exploit and Tonga Brothers, because that's obvious. Yeah, so they can literally cut that team right now. It's not really needed.
Yeah, they can.
It's not really a needed team. That team is really just
trying to finish the story.
Well, yeah, they need to, because that right there is pointless.
Yeah. Oh man. What else we had? All right, we had Sexy Red stinking walking ass.
No one get right said about that.
Performing when thank God Ethan Page showed the fuck up. I couldn't take no more. I was listening. I was about to go put some tissue in my ears. I couldn't take it. I can't take no more Sexy Red performing.
All right, that's what I'm trying to tell you now.
Thank God Ethan Page showed up when he did.
The one good thing I can't give you.
I'm not even into Ethan Page as a fan. I'm just knowing Ethan Page and getting to know, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting used to Ethan Page right now. I'm letting it soak in a little bit. But now it's like he just went straight to the top.
He made the right move. He's like, you know what? For the first time, you did something right. You came and ignored this shit right here. You stopped all this.
Yes. Thank fucking God. I think they had some word back and forth and all that. But then we get to the main event. Javon Evans versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton pretty much dominated this kid through the whole match. Like, I mean, he got some offense in, but Randy Orton pretty much dominated this match. He botched the RKO because your boy was spinning. He wasn't bouncing. Your boy was air spinning.
Yeah,
Randy Orton
I heard about that.
Randy Orton was like, shit, I don't know how to catch this motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna fall. I'm just gonna throw my hands out and hope he fall into the RKO.
Right.
But lucky, we didn't get no bullshit from Randy Orton. Randy Orton knew he missed. Picks up Javon Evans to hit him with a correct RKO. Now, for granted, I wish Randy would have whispered in Javon's ear and told him we going for a pop-up RKO. You know what I'm saying? Throw him against the ropes, tossed him in the air, and hit a pop-up RKO. I would have loved that better because Javon Evans would have got pretty sky high for that finisher.
Yeah. I mean, this is my own thing. When I saw it, I'm like, wait, because they were talking about a botch. I'm like, where was the botch? I mean, because at first I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's doing this, he's doing that. Next thing you know, I see him hit up, turn up. Then he just springs off into the back and he hits him with a cut. I'm like, oh, you get ready. You're taking his own medicine. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, he kicked out. He's like, I can't let this off. I can't let this off my button. I gotta do it again. But he goes with a spin tax, and I'm like, okay, I see where the botch at. I'm like, yeah, you was a little bit too spinny. Cause I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't see how Randy was gonna hit that. And even if he did, I don't think he was gonna get that into an RKO. That was gonna look like a net breaker.
Right.
So I'm like, shit. Cause my thing is, to me, if he had hit it, I wish he had did like a springboard. And like he was gonna do like a springboard clothesline type stuff, and then that springboard clothesline be turned into the RKO, and that's how that match should have ended.
Right.
But you know, but it is what it is.
They try to create a nice little moment, which they still create a nice moment because it was botched and everybody talking about it. So it still was something that spread through the internet. But goddamn.
Yeah, but you know, it was nice. It was nice though. I liked it.
That pop-up RKO would have been, I think that would have been out. If he wanted to catch his ass in the air, that pop-up RKO would have did. Or just let him do a frog splash off the top ropes and he catch him. I mean, we've seen it before, but Javon Evans got them heights. You know what I'm saying? And he would have got waved in the air. That would have been nice. But that's the conclusion for NXT.
Man. And real quick, one more last thing on this. See, I'm over here reading on the matches to make sure we had covered every match or every scene. Man, I'm reading this. Yeah. No, cause I'm reading this right. Cause as I'm reading like the highlights, I'm reading towards the end. I'm like, see, y'all made this even worse. This man had it for 273 days with 30 matches winning streak. Forget y'all niggas. Forget all y'all. It ain't made no damn sense. It ain't made no damn sense. Y'all filthy.
Yeah, man. They ain't even let him beat Wesley title run.
Lord have mercy. You know what?
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Do you think Raw should have been more than 2 hours?
So I've been hearing a whole lot of 10 women, a 5-on-5 women tag team. Look, yep. I heard that, man. I heard that, and boy, people were talking. I've heard that amongst other wrestling communities that were talking about it. Look, in the spam of all this, I'm gonna be real with you, man. It looks like WWE may want to rethink this whole 2 hours thing. Like, granted, I mean, we're still on, television. We're not on Netflix yet, so time will tell if that gets fixed down the stretch. But even then, that 5-on-5 women tag match, nah, dog. Keep that short. Keep that small, because that ain't it. That ain't it.
That hurt him more than it helped him.
Yeah, that, because it was very confusing in its most, like, I barely even saw that match. I didn't saw that at all, but it was just like,
man, it went so quick.
Thinking about it, I'm like, nah.
It went so quick. You blink your eyes, man, for 3 seconds, that match was over.
That makes it even worse. It was too damn quick. It was too damn quick, and probably would have been too damn long. That makes it worse.
It was. I think that match was quicker than Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was quicker than that. In and out, in and out, in and out. Boom, boom, moves here, moves there, boom, boom, boom. Get the pin. I think Katana Chance got the pin over one of the others.
Yeah, but that ish was just horrible now.
Yeah, horrible. That was very horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all got any more of them hours, huh? Yeah. We need that 3 back. We need that 3. This is going to be a headache through the rest of the year. 2 hours of Raw, and them trying to push everything together. I'd rather them make some sacrifices and give us some good matches like always, and make sacrifices on some other shit. Y'all might have to have one good women's match. Just one good women's match. Tell one good storyline in the back. And that's it.
I like the women's division on the main roster looking sexy anyways.
Hey, shit. They better give them time.
Yeah, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know where this division look moving forward after Bad Blood, but Lord have mercy. Please. Oh, wait, I forgot. I just remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know and that didn't watch Bad Blood or didn't hear the news of Bad Blood, yes, at the next pay-per-view, Crown Jewels, we'll be crowning the inaugural men and women in different divisions, the Crown Jewel champion, which honestly, after some fondly thinking and process, this is a waste of time. That shit. No, I'm dead ass. Cause let me tell you why I say this, right? So let's say hypothetically they win. Like, okay, champion versus champion, right? We got champion versus champion from respective rosters face each other, which is great, right? Because technically we're gonna get Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the title, right?
Right.
So this is gonna be good for Gunther. Same thing for Cody, right? Because finally finally, we'll have a real good match for Cody this time. Because now he's facing a real dominant heel. Well,
right.
Yeah, I'll still say Gunther's a dominant heel, even though his title match was askew for me. I'll speak. Well, I don't know if you speak on that yet, but yeah, still skew. But at least for me. But yeah, he gets to face a real challenger. He gets to face a real challenger this time around. A real big man that's on the heel side. So, you know, this is gonna be good. This is the first time in a long time Cody Rhodes is definitely gonna have a true, like, good to bad, you know, champion versus champion at the most highest point. It's probably the highest point of Cody Rhodes' title reign. Period. His highest point. Until he faced The Rock. And oh, Lord have mercy. I'm hearing rumors that they talking about making that match a triple threat between him, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. Bruh, no.
Nah.
No.
I don't think
don't do that garbage, please. Please don't do that bull crap.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Bruh, they out here talking about it though. They talking about that is.
They talking about it. The reason they talking about it because The Rock did the 1, 2, 3 on stage. You know, he counted 1, 2, 3. But he was telling the backstage to hit his music. You know what I'm saying? He was like 1, 2, 3, hit my music.
Right, but I think the problem is some people are also looking at it because you got to remember he did the 1, 2, 3, and then he did the cut to the throat. So he could finish y'all.
That was because he let everybody know what that was about. Because there's been a lot of bullshit going on in the last 6 months. I mean, he put it on Twitter. So that's what the cutthroat was about.
Yeah, well, shoot. At the end of the day, all I know is they better not make this a triple threat match. Just no.
Nah, hell no. I don't even think The Rock ain't that fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? They're making no triple threat.
Because think about it. If it's a triple threat, you already know it's going to be a whole another year of pretty much of the Samoan battlefield. Like, bro, I can see it right now. Jey Uso, Jimmy. If Sami Zayn is a part of it, or Zilla Fatu, or whoever, and then it's like you get Solo, you get bro. I can see the bodies being flipped and turned in this whole match just to try to make somebody win. I'm like, man.
Nah, we need the Rock versus Roman just like they planned. That was the original plan. They don't need to pivot no more. Do not pivot again. Let's get Roman versus The Rock 1-on-1 WrestleMania 41. Let's do it. Let's go and pull the trigger on it. We get The Rock versus Cody. Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber?
Mostly Royal Rumble. They ain't gonna be elimination.
Okay, yeah, let's do it at the Royal Rumble so Cody won't be in the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
Because you gotta think about it. If first the Royal Rumble, he has to do it in the Royal Rumble. He's definitely not gonna get another chance at the Royal Rumble because you already did it twice, 2 straight. So no.
Right, we don't need to see you in the Royal Rumble.
He's gonna take him out in the Royal Rumble. He's gonna try to regain his chance in Elimination Chamber. But funny enough, he has to get through Roman and 4 other guys in that match. He's not going to get through Roman. Roman's going to win that Elimination Chamber match, face The Rock at WrestleMania, and that's just it. He's going to have to wait until next year to figure out which one of these two are going to win.
So what you're saying, Wiley, is somebody from Raw winning the Royal Rumble.
Pretty much. That's what's going to have to be because that's what it looks like. You ain't switching this up. I mean, unless magically Roman's going to win Royal Rumble and then cashing on The Rock.
Right.
Then that switched the whole scenario. But then see that now switched the whole scenario because then that means Cody can't be in Elimination Chamber. But I think because how they gotta set this up and because the chase factor, they're gonna put Roman and Cody in the Elimination Chamber. I think they're gonna do that. So someone from Raw could win Royal Rumble or SmackDown. It don't matter because they can switch rosters too. So
do you think they play out the story that they did before, right? Do we get Seth Rollins defeating Gunther for the title? going to WrestleMania with CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble?
That is all very dependable at this point in time right now. Because let's be honest, right? We don't know where. Well, because we already know CM Punk said what he said about that whole brutal beatdown. We see them all wrapped up and shambled up in that whole thing. So it's like we don't even know when he's coming back right now. So far, right? Because next, like we said, is Crown Jewels, and that's gonna be early November. So after that is pretty much Crown Jewels. Then it's Survivor Series, Saturday nights, and then from there, then we just move on to next year. So in that midst of time, that could be enough time for CM Punk to get healthy again, and then get back, and then tune into Royal Rumble. But that makes it easier on him. But it's gonna look very iffy because, of course, the problem is the issue is it all depends on how they set it up. Because first things first, because as we already heard, Seth Rollins with his "I have to be bigger than life, I have to be the biggest thing here," nonchalant, mother loving, he said it himself. Hey, thank you for all you give. Because the moment you get healthy, come back, I'm gonna make sure I end your career. Yeah, whatever. All that extra ish. But time will tell, man. I mean, right now, the way they're making Gunther look like a solid dude as a heel, but at the same time, a solid dude that can be beat. So right. It is like it all depends on how they choose to play it out. But I say this though, if Gunther is still champion by Royal Rumble time, he's definitely gonna stay. He's gonna stay be the champ. I don't think so. They do anything else. It's like he's gonna hold that title until then, and I don't think so. And they're not gonna make no title matches, so he's gonna be waiting. So if he holds that title up until that point, he's pretty much in the clear. Because let's see, Crown Jewel, you're welcoming the whole brand new title. Survivor Series War Games, that all is very dependable if they do a setup match of that. And then Saturday night main events, which we don't know what that's going to really intrigue, but it may intrigue something. And then after that, we welcome in the new year. And right into the new year, we have Royal Rumble at February 1st with no main roster event on January at all. That's just NXT by itself. And which means there's no real title contentions at this point. So that means everybody is just fighting for the contentions and being in the Royal Rumble by the time early week of February. So, yeah. So, time will tell, man. Time will tell. I don't know.
Right. That shit'll be nice, though. Like, shit. This the way I fantasy book it real quick. Just food for thought. Seth Rollins defeats Gunther. But before they match, we get a little history with Gunther fucking with Branson Reed. Yeah. Branson Reed, Tsunami Deaths, Gunther. And then we set up Gunther versus Branson Reed at WrestleMania. Yeah, some shit like that.
Interesting, but let me do this one. So right now, because I heard this also, which is also very much confirmed, Damian Priest talked about him and Rhea is about to break up and go their own paths, which is strange because I don't think so. They will be done with the whole Judgment Day storyline. But if that happens and if this is fully true, in all its wear and tear, or neither they're just moving separately while going for their repetitive titles, while dealing with Judgment Day on their own terms, is like, okay, however it is. But my thing is, if that is the case overall, without no comebacks of Finn Balor in the mix and everything else, I do see this, right? I can see Damian Priest get back to work, climb the ladder, make some big splashes here and there in some matches, probably face Finn again to get in his way, get Finn out of his way again, And then in the midst of that, he comes back around and face Seth Rollins. Why does he come back and face Seth Rollins? One of these two are going to get the opportunity to get at Gunther for the title. Let's be honest. Last time I checked, Damian Priest, he defended the title multiple times, so he should be able to get a rematch. But at the same sense, he also wanted a rematch with Seth Rollins because he didn't like it the first time. So you run those two back with each other. One of them two got a win out of them. After that, they face Gunther. And we already know what we saw with Gunther versus Damian Priest. That looked like Gunther could have easily lost that if it wasn't for Finn in the mix.
Right.
And if that's the case, that's pretty much going to probably be the same thing with Seth Rollins because he's a token baby that always got to get a pacifier in his mouth and be taken care of like the piece of shit that he is. Yeah, I said it. Y'all think I'm lying? You do not want me to set up this timeline for you. Because literally, if you look at his career, that man has been pacified for his whole career. He never had no real hard walk in WWE, unlike Roman Reigns. Yeah, I said it. Unlike his two partners, he never had a hard walk in WWE. Literally. That's facts. Think I'm lying? Don't ask me to set these timelines up. Don't ask me. Because I can set up a whole boatload of storylines and compare and contrast and tell you Roman has done better than Seth Rollins within his time reign on the main roster. Think I'm lying. Just think about just think about it. Just think about it. Think about everything that was given to Seth Rollins and think about everything that was given to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns did it better with less. Seth Rollins had more and still was average. I think I'm lying. I'm dead ass serious when I say that. And even with Dean, he didn't need anything. He just needed him. Which is another point right there.
We just need a good story. Shit.
So, yeah. But nonetheless, one of those very much timetable timelines in the mix. But we'll see what happens. I mean, with the whole thing of Braun Breaker going back and going back for the title and everything, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see if this becomes a thing. But I mean, I know, Taekwon put it up there, said, hey, he goes in the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, face Gunther or whoever is champion at that time, and he cashed in big time. I mean, I ain't gonna knock it because at least it's the Royal Rumble and it's not really just he hard worked with the IC title, then he loses it, then he loses it on a rematch, and then he moves on up and go face it. He won the Royal Rumble, so I can't really knock it. But we'll see what happens.
Damn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a lot going on in the wrestling community.
Yep. I just find it interesting because it was just very weird because when Damian Priest came out with that statement saying that, I was like, so they moving off the storyline that quick? I'm like, what the frick? I was like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, they need to. And another thing that Rhea Ripley said backstage is she really want out of the storyline. She don't want to face Liv Morgan no more.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I don't blame them because the storyline, it's average. It is so poor.
Yeah, says she ready to move.
This hasn't done nothing for their careers. Literally.
She said there was the statement she made. She ready to move into her Bianca storyline that they took from her this year by bringing Jade in.
Well, yeah, they gotta mix that somewhere. But this whole storyline that they set up right now, and this is what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said this got to move on somewhere. Because if you let Liv win this again, you gotta let Liv, do something else with that title. Like, make some moves, make some rounds. Let the small women have their time, and then eventually, let what's the face? Let I said what's her face. I'm sorry, I can't remember this for Ish, but let Rhea get it back later down the stretch, but just mix it up, man. Don't be doing so quick to revelate these storylines because it makes it so dry. And
she need another feud. She need 2 more feuds before going back to Rhea Ripley. That's what she need, man. She needs something different, something to spice it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because we tired, man. We tired of this shit. Just because Raquel came back don't make it no different. This don't make the story no different unless y'all about to go ahead and put the story into play where Dom transitions to Raquel and leave Lil Morgan behind.
It's funny, man. I got an article about that, and I read that up too. So, and plus, I also throw that out there because I did throw that out there. But I mean, look, man, it's very crazy right now, man. It's in a very crazy place. But that's why I'm saying, like, they should have botched this and ended with her winning the title and then putting Raquel in the mix. Because at least if Raquel came if Rhea won the title, then you could have just put Raquel in the mix by just banging her after winning it. Then she makes her presence known for coming after the title. And at least it be a whole lot different because this is just pointless. Because at this point, I mean, granted, now that we switch the tone, if they do switch the tone and they slow down and fire backwards, right, and say, okay, let's switch this up. Let's just focus on other women and let's put Liv against somebody else. Well, you have enough of that to go around. You have Ivy. If you ever make her up there, you have, but then you don't. They're gonna make somebody be up there, but damn it, you already know what time it is. Like
you just had a 10 women tag match. I'm pretty sure one of them can be a challenger for the title.
Yeah, any of them damn leads, it don't matter. You can put up Natalia, you can put up whoever. I don't give a rat's ass.
It don't even matter. Just put somebody.
It really don't. It really don't. So yeah, anybody put the kill switch in right now. Just hit the thing.
You want to see something fresh?
Yep. So that's pretty much it right there. What else is there that is popping up? The Viking Raiders, that I heard they coming back, and I think they said they're going back to their old moniker name.
Right.
So that's another one. It's good. It'll be good for them to come back because, the tag team division needs to really sparkle up and really start cooking because we can't leave it dry like this with it doing nothing.
Yeah, and they're doing nothing with the titles. God damn, where did
exactly they gave you guys brand new titles, but then make it very, very mediocre as hell after they got the new titles. It's like, what the hell?
Only for storytelling. Y'all got these titles on these boys. Come on, man. Time to move past that shit.
That's what I'm saying. That shit is just dry. But those two, they come back from injury, which is good for the tag team division whenever they get that cooked back up. So if Damian is surprisingly done with Finn, then that means Finn and JD are going to be morally focused on tag teams until they lose the title, and then Finn works his way around the clock to come right back for Damian Priest when he's close to that title, and he screwed him over for it. So yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I mean, other than that, the Pete Dunne and Sheamus, I think that needs to end too. That shit's dry.
That should be over with.
Yeah, because at this point, for you to get Brodus kicked, and then knowing that Sheamus is handcuffed, and you still got kicked in the face and got pinned while you was handcuffed, okay, yeah, kill that shit.
Right.
They ain't no way coming. You ain't coming back from that. Just kill that.
All right, Pete Dunne should have won off of that shit, but bury his ass too on both ends, NXT and the main roster.
So yeah, just burn that bridge right there and
man,
just move on to something else.
They buried my boy.
Well, they just need to bury him. I mean, they didn't bury him, but it's like to that degree. But they just need to bury that feud because that feud is not going nowhere.
They ain't killed his momentum, but still, this man just lost multiple times on NXT. You lost that big ass feud with Trick Williams. You lose this big feud with Sheamus. Yeah, bro.
From that perspective, yeah, he lost the feud. But I think, yeah, I mean, what can I say? I think the main thing for it. I think the main thing for it, though, for me is like the losing the Trick should have been done. I think the Sheamus one, somewhere in the stretch, even if he lost, it still should have ended in some form of facets of just knocking him and then move on or something. Because at the end of the day, this was not just saying Pete Dunne, needs a win, but it was just more so of Pete Dunne just being the bruiserweight. And that is just to show the significance of the bruiserweight making an impact in some form of facets. And just keep it from there.
So what's next for Sheamus? Is he going after the IC title again, or it's too early? Maybe he need to go around WrestleMania time?
No, I mean, Sheamus hasn't really been knocking on the door for that. So Sheamus, since he should be done with that, I mean, he's going to be working up his way, but I don't think so. He's up there right now. I mean, I can't really say who's really up there right now. I mean, Jay just beat Xavier Woods. So after that, you pretty much got to sit here and say, well, taking away Kofi because he gave away his chance to Xavier Woods. Who else do you go from there? I mean, pretty much Braun Breaker's right back in the saddle all over again.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
After that, after Braun is like, okay, well, shoot me, you can spin this a couple of ways.
If he win it back, he got to hold it to WrestleMania. He can't lose it. That fucking fast.
Nah, but this is why I say this, but I don't like it if he loses, because if Jay loses, this only makes it worse. Because again, this is why I sit here and say this. You gave him the title, now you let him defend the title, now you're gonna strip him from the title? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Come on.
Yeah, we can say it might end up how I said it gonna end. Jay Uso lose the title because of the bloodline. Why would the bloodline come to Raw, though? Why would they come to Raw? Because your brother interfered in our business. That's the excuse they're going to use. Your brother interfered in our business. Your brother
interfered in our business, we're going to interfere in your business.
Yours. Yeah, that's the excuse WWE going to use.
I guess it could be some pettiness in that. Like, okay, since you're your brother's keeper, bitch, now you got to take your brother's responsibilities. Okay. See, now there's actual visual sense to that now, because what happened?
That's the only way I see Braun Breaker getting that title back.
We'll see what happens, man. We'll see.
Other than that,
we're gonna see.
If the bloodline don't interfere to continue the bloodline story, Jay Uso needs to keep the title if he's not gonna be involved with Roman Reigns.
No, I think he's gonna be involved. I just think they're gonna have. It's just like that moment with Jimmy. It's like they're gonna have that heart-to-heart moment. Because remember, they're putting him in that face. They put him in that face run. So they're gonna have that heart-to-heart moment. They're gonna be somewhere around the way where him and Jay have that heart-to-heart moment. He's definitely gonna have to say sorry.
I mean, he did give him big ups on Twitter X.
Oh, well, yeah, we all know that, but we talking about like as far as the actual scenery. We not like social media and all that other stuff is whatever, but we
sometimes
about, like,
sometimes they
put
tell
it in the front scenery.
Yeah, they use Twitter X to tell their stories though.
Yeah, but
that's that new shit.
That's not the main crux of the story.
That's that modern day shit.
Yeah, but I don't take nothing from that because like it ain't a part of the main pro caveat of the story. It's like I need that to be part of the main story.
Yeah. I feel you coming from.
So
yeah, they need to be eyesight.
Yeah, because right now it's good, man. I like it right now. I like that feeling. I like that emotional pop. I like that shit. It's good. It's good.
Oh
yeah,
it's
working and playing.
This shit working. It working for Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? Better than I thought.
Yep. And hey, remember when I show you that pic? Hey, I won't be surprised if they give Jimmy Mr. No Yeets. I won't be surprised if he gets that United States title.
They got to build my boy up, man. Like I said before, this is why I was so kind of hesitant on Jey Uso. This is why I said Brian Breaker was gonna beat Jey Uso, right? Because they haven't built Jey Uso up as that dominant character, but he getting used to it. Like I could tell that he's worked his way into working as a single competitor, and he's building on it. He getting better. He getting better by the week. So they got to do the same for Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this guy right now he's gonna need to be better because dealing with Jacob Fatu, boy, that's your ass cheeks right there, boy. Because that's the main pro caveat in right now in Solo's pocket. Jacob Fatu.
I love you, Solo.
I'm glad they finally let him talk like a normal mother versus the whole. I love.
Oh boy, he cut that promo.
Yeah,
boy,
and I like when he cut that promo.
Boy, that shit fucked me up. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, when they did that, I'm like, oh, so see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah, see Jacob, he could switch. He could hit the switch soon, bro. I'm trying to tell you, he could switch sides.
Man,
hitting that promo like that. Oh yeah, you switch your sides soon enough.
I think everybody in upper level except the Tongas. I don't know how they was in Japan, but right now, how I see them.
Oh no, they were bigger in Japan. Well, once they got that moment, but now they pretty much making Tama. They making Tama, looking like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. As far as that might work though. That might work. Yeah, Jacob Fatu is up there with Roman and the Usos. The Tonga brothers that's who Solo with. He down there with them.
Yeah, I mean,
if they take Jacob Fatu away from Solo, that shit is dead, bro.
Oh no, if they take them away, it's because of one reason only. It's because when it's all said and done, they definitely taking Solo back to NXT. I'm telling you, the moment I see Paco Leo appear and joins this team, bro, I already know what time it is. They're gonna get their ass kicked with The Rock, and then they're gonna shit their behinds over to NXT. Why? Because Paco Leo need to be in NXT, and plus this will be better for Solo anyways in the long scheme of things. And then plus also the Tonga brothers, because hey, it'll be better for y'all too. It'll be better for all of them. And then they can have their reign of dominance in NXT.
Bloodline Mafia versus the family. I'd like to see that.
So I can definitely see, when it's all said and done, this all shatters and breaks and they go to NXT the way they should have. Because Solo needs to be there anyways.
Right.
He has some unfinished business, and right now, if they gonna let Tony D'Angelo with the North American title, that's perfect. Solo come in there and be like, hey, you got something that belonged to me, and I'm here to take it back. Bitch, I'm gonna light that. Boy, I can't wait until you light that ass up. And I hope he takes all that freaking gear off of him and brings back that damn Samoan Straight Fighters.
And if you want to take the tag team titles off Axiom and Nathan, the Bloodline Mafia look no further.
Exactly. So I see this as a perfect solution. So I'm just waiting for this whole thing to explode, and that they can finally send my boy back where he belongs and also collect reigns, and then eventually he comes back to the main roster better than he was before, because what they doing to him right now, this ain't it. This ain't it. I ain't appreciating this shit. I'm not appreciating this shit.
Yes, sir.
But so one thing's for sure, like I said, I truly do see Roman. I truly do see Roman beating Solo, getting back the Samoan necklace. Once he gets that Samoan necklace, unless he already hands it to The Rock, one or the other. But once he beat his ass, and then hopefully Jacob motherfucking switch sides, he hands Jacob the reins to take over the family. He moves on outside of WWE to, just to maintain health and also work on some other stuff, probably movies here and there. And then from there, Jacob he takes range. He takes range. It's him, Jimmy, Jay. They run the main roster pretty much. They take the whole Samoan family name into the whole another dynasty, another age. Keep ramping it up. If Zillow comes into play, Zillow, all that.
Oh shit. That's another loose cannon.
Can't wait. But yeah, this is perfect timing, man. This is perfect timing because right now, what's even interesting about this too, since Jimmy now came back, because right now, if you remember what's going on with LA Knight with the whole Andrade and even Carmelo Hayes stuff, I can see, like I'm telling you right now, I can see LA Knight slowly going to heel status.
Right.
If it does, it'll be perfect for Jimmy because that means Jimmy will come in there, face LA Knight, smack him and take his ego down and take that title off his shoulders. Because at that point, technically, Jimmy is right now, for sure, Roman Reigns' right-hand man.
Right. Yeah, he did that. I ain't gonna lie, he did that shit perfect though. Like he did his thing on his return.
He's definitely gonna be his right-hand man. The only thing left now, all Roman needs now is an enforcer and just another piece of body to add into the mix. So depending on how all things work out and all things mix and miss, it's already done and cooked.
Damn. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see what the story leading to. Can't wait to this Friday.
Yep.
To see what's going on.
But I do hope they do get Zillow. They sign Zillow because pretty much it'll pretty much be Zillow, the enforcer, versus the former enforcer and Solo. Someone's gonna win the battle of the Spike.
Let's hope they get him because I heard some bad news about his backstage attitude.
Yeah. You know how it is. It's like at this point. But I mean, backstage, his backstage attitude is one thing as far as what's going on in his end, but that doesn't mean what that will transpire as far as what that is for the overall picture of what it is on this end. Like, because let's be honest, he may have some issues back there, but that more likely can be because of people that he's dealing with, not just, because he's a snob and he got this heavy obsessed attitude and privilege because I'm with the Samoan bloodline. We hot right now. I don't want to hear no one talk to me. Get the fuck out my face type shit. Like, no, I don't think so. You gotta like that.
You think it maybe be others provoking him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could be. And because right now with his whole family, they're probably trying to smirch his name and try to keep him out of the wits because WWE may not want to sign a problem, quote unquote. So they're trying to like do something to smirch his name so they don't sign him because he's actually a very quality piece right now where he's at for them.
Bullshit like that.
Yeah, so it is how it is. That's why you gotta play yourself smart.
Right. Damn it, well. That's wild. So man, I mean that's all I had for the night, man. If you had anything else you wanted to touch on?
Honestly, let me see. I mean, right now, I don't know, because like we said, because we already know where Crown Jewel's heading at, right? So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna push the Kevin Owens with Cody Rhodes thing, and what was that conversation really about? I could see like Kevin Owens, he'd probably be in an interview, but he's in another section. They wired him, and he explained himself why he did what he did, and all that other extra mess. And then in the mix of that, he goes on to switch it to something else. Like, they try to do something else. Then Cody hears it. Then Cody makes a reply to what has happened. But, Cody doesn't want to focus on that because he has to focus on Crown Jewels and his time with Gunther and focusing on that, which I would think in a mix, Kevin may pop up at Crown Jewels and screw over Cody if that happens, just to add on to the fire of this whole beef right now that is his heel turn. Somewhere along the way, definitely Randy's going to be in there, that somewhere in that mix, because now it's like, well, how does Randy goes about this? Because we already know how Randy said it. If you make this a problem, it might get to be a problem. And that might be to the point of, well, if Kevin does something foul to Randy, aka the pump-up power bomb, and especially on the ring apron, and especially on his back, where he's already injured from, hint, hint, you already know that can lead to another problem of, this is all your fault, and I'm now going to RKO you.
Right.
So, it can lead up to a lot of profound things right now, and that will lead Cody in a very deranged place of, he has nobody, he has no friends, he has no allies, aka, which makes his own heel turn, which I do hope before they do that they mix the rosters around and switch him up, or switch Randy and Kevin Owens, however, because it would be weird if he's a heel and then it's like, well, Randy and Kevin Owens are on the same roster, and it's like, wait, what? Like, no, get out of there. But yeah, it's very much, he's very much in a weird place right now. So, but hey, look, he's gonna have that issue right there, I think. So right now, with all this victory and everything else, Jimmy, he's gonna have that. I think Jimmy could definitely be there on SmackDown first day back. I think Roman will be there too. Of course, I think they're gonna address the little Rock situation. I don't know what is gonna be exactly. Maybe the Rock might be there on SmackDown to address his pop-up reasons. Maybe make it known that he's coming for Cody.
Right.
However it is, but I do think with the return of Jimmy and then Roman being back in that match, I think they both be there. I think Roman, he tries to make a claim to Solo and be like, hey, we have people in our business now, let's bring it back to bloodline family business. Me and you one-on-one for the Samoan necklace. I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't know the proper name of the Samoan necklace, so don't be mad at me, people. But yeah, it's gonna be the fight for the Samoan necklace. One of us is gonna take this, and one of us will truly be the tribal chief of this family.
Right.
And it is what it is. Now, unless if he don't do that, because Roman says, I don't need the necklace, I'm still the tribal chief of this family. Even though we all know it ain't the case, because if it was, everyone would be following you, and so far they ain't following you yet. So you gotta put dominance in this bit. You gotta put some dominance on this bad boy. So yeah, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be that. And I think eventually, when the numbers game resets itself back up, I think that's gonna be the perfect time when Paul Heyman comes back in the mix and says, I've been gone, but trust me when I say I have not stopped thinking of the day you powerbombed me on that ring table, on the announcement table. I've been making some few calls. I've been making some few plays of my own. As the wise man, I've definitely exuberated every contact to make. And I'm going to tell you this, Solo. I got some big news for you. I'm coming back for some revenge. Somewhere in those realms, because he's definitely gonna pop up when it's needed. And I think that's when it's the right time to pop up. He's gonna pop up when it's needed. And trust me, if he pops up when it's needed, he's gonna bring someone with him. He's gonna bring that that help that Roman asked for. You did, because I think there'll be a time where Roman or Jimmy, one of them two, make that call. And we all know who he's going to be talking on the phone with if they make that call. You feel me? So, yeah, we got to get extra assistance. So, yes, I think, time is coming near. But I think that would be the smartest player right there. If they go to Crown Jewels, I think they try to fight for the necklace. And at that point, they made a solidarity. If not, then probably after Survivor Series in War Games, then they'll probably do that then. But somewhere around that lines, they have to do it, because I do believe the moment that happens, that's when we get that switch.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I can go off of. I know, Carmelo's trying to get the United States title against LA Knight. I don't know how that's gonna look, but right now LA Knight made an enemy out of Andrade, and with his ego being what it is like, you're definitely gonna become a heel soon. So
yeah, I hated that AJ Styles took himself out the game, but shit happens, man. I watched that clip, and I see where his ankle bent that.
Yeah, that was a messy deal. But it's funny because right as he come back is right at the same time also he gets an ankle injury. It's like, okay. It's like, you know what? This is just a sign. And personally, I don't like saying injuries like that is a good thing, but for him right now, knowing where everything is at, I think it's gonna be a good thing for him right now, because at least somewhere around the lines, they're gonna have to I think they're gonna just have to hold him back some, to where it's like, okay, hopefully this year just comes by fast, and then we just make a bunch of switches, and then it's like, okay, we just set you up different,
right?
Because
it
just want to look good. It just want to look good.
They didn't say it was a serious ankle injury, but an injury nonetheless. So it's probably a fractured ankle, which will take.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very weird because right now, it's like you got AJ on the main roster, then you got the Good Brothers on NXT. You barely have them on the main roster.
All right.
And it's like, okay, y'all pretty much but you runaway bees because you don't want to fight the bloodline. And then it's like, you have Michi doing whatever. It's like, shit, everyone just separated and just did their own thing. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Pretty much.
So, I don't know, man.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, the only other news I can think of is that BS they call the WWE Speed title.
Oh, yeah. Candice LeRae, the first women's speed title champion. Yeah. Got to give you something.
That bullshit.
They'll bet I'll get. Well, Indy already had her time, so I guess it was Candice LeRae time. Goddamn.
I'm blaming, but still, the fact that they got to make that title, it's not even really a main roster title. It's a sideline social media title. Oh, the speed title. It's like, bro, really? Like you may as well just call it the social media title for peep's sakes.
Pretty much. That shit wild as fuck. But hopefully the mid-card titles come on through, and we can get some changes around this motherfucker.
Well, they're gonna bring more titles. They need to make these titles a little bit more convenient. Oh, you know what? Going back, I forgot. Sorry, people. I think I did not make my stance on why I hate the Crown Jewels title. So roll this back a little bit. But the reason why I hate the Crown Jewels title, especially for both representations on men and women, is because is this a title that they just hold and defend as they go on, or is this a title that you just win every other Crown Jewel event? And it's like, okay, since you was the winner last time, you got to face the the next person this time around, or neither whoever is the champion at this time, you just become the inaugural, you just become the champion at that point in time, and then you just get it under your belt every single time.
Yeah,
it's just a collector's item. Like, what the frick is this?
That's all it is. A collector's item, because last Crown Jewel champion is Braun Strowman.
No, I think that was because of something else. But okay.
Nah, he is the Crown Jewel champion. He got the belt.
Wait, he did?
I don't know why they changed the belt up. It's been some years. It's been a few years.
Hold up. Let me go check, because I don't remember that. I remember you did something in Crown Jewels, but I don't remember nothing like that.
Yes, he got a crown. He got the Crown Jewel belt. This man is, I think, 2,000 days Crown Jewel champion.
Nah, it don't say nothing about that at all.
Yeah.
It don't say he got 1 Universal Championship, 1 Intercontinental, 2 Raw Tag Teams, right. 1 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, unless that was the one that he did it in Crown Jewels. I don't remember. The Men's Royal Rumble, and then the Money in the Bank. But I don't remember anything else. I mean, when did he win Crown Jewels again? What year?
I mean, I'm looking it up now.
Because it could be one of those Royal Rumble matches, but well, I would think more so the Battle Royal for the Andre the Giant, but
I want Andre.
Hold up. Was that okay? The Andre Giant match, trophy.
Because it was.
When was this done?
2018.
2018. So when did he get this trophy though? Okay, so that was at WrestleMania. Okay, so that was at WrestleMania. So you said 2018?
Yeah.
Okay, then it wasn't this one either, because that was the Royal Rumble. So I don't know what that is. Well, one thing's for sure, they didn't classify it as an achievement, because it's not under his achievements.
That's crazy.
Hold on, let me just look him up naturally. Maybe I can find out what they say naturally on his name, because I would think, they should name something like that, if anything. Let's see. Champions and accomplishments, most improved, Field of the Year, Match of the Year, Universal IC, Money in the Bank, Andre the Giant. Okay, he won the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble. I think that's what that is.
It still was a Crown Jewel championship.
Yeah, I think it's still. Yeah, it was 4 Crown Jewels, but they named it something different.
Yeah, they didn't want. They just don't want to count that shit. They trying to switch shit up.
Because the greatest. Wait, was this the Royal Rumble? Or was this just the greatest? Yeah. This was inside of. Okay, yeah. So he won the greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, he won that one. So that's what he won. So that's what he won there, but he didn't win like the champions versus champions as well as far as what they, classifying it here. So yeah.
Right.
But that's pretty much it right there. I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Until they start pushing something new, we don't know yet. So SmackDown, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, pull this shit up. I was trying to pull it up.
Yeah, I'll be right back real quick.
All right. You won't let me pull it up, but anyway, people, we coming to a conclusion of the show. We're about to end this thing. So I be the main event. That's Wiley. And we'll catch you all in the next main event. Peace. He was a normal man who heard voices in his head. He was a normal man who ran
from his demons. He was a normal man that couldn't escape the darkness till one day he was left to die. He then would rise again. He then would embrace the voices. He slayed his demons and he conquered the darkness.